Okay. Welcome to the Concern podcast, where we unpack political, social, economic, and cultural stories shaping our world. I'm your host, Emmanuel Taban, and on this section of our podcast, I will begin by asking a question. Perhaps, have you ever thought of packing your bags, grabbing that plane tickets, and just flying across the world to that country of your dream to get that degree or master's? And if your answer is yes, or even maybe, then this conversation is right here for you. Throughout this conversation, we will be discussing about international students' experiences here in Canada and beyond, touching from study visa to student permit, work permit, and also we'll be touching about how students navigate part-time jobs here in Canada and beyond. And to help me unpack this, I'm joined by one international student who is studying at Yukon University from one of the most populous countries in the world, and that is India. I'm joined by Mandeep. You're most welcome to the Concern podcast. It's a pleasure to have you.
Yeah, thanks Emmanuel for this opportunity, and I love to be here. I hope you are doing well. So
yeah, I'm doing great. We just done with our winter semester, and of course, yeah, we're here now in the summer, and it's exciting. Getting the sun heat, and it's most important. I'm honored to have you, by the way, on this podcast, and we're just gonna have like a very friendly and open conversation about experiences of international students here in Canada and perhaps beyond. And I come from Africa and from South Sudan, and back home, the government gives scholarships to students to go and study in India. And I've also realized that some students from India, they leave Indian state and come to other parts of the world, like in the West. They come to the United States of America, they come to Canada, Australia, and other Western countries. And most interesting is also that there are other Canadians who leave Canada and go study in other countries. So what do you think causes all this, that people don't like their own countries, they always go and study in another country?
yeah, I also noticed that like people are just shuffling to other countries.
Right.
Do they have before considering like they do have those opportunities they really want?
Right.
Maybe, as you said, like people from Africa or South Sudan or any corner from the world, like
Right.
going to the countries for the better opportunities. Maybe they find those countries more competent to fulfill their needs.
Right.
And the people, like for example, people from India are coming to Canada, Australia, United States of America, whatever it is, just to get the opportunities. And the answer is simple, like they are not getting those opportunities there.
Right. Wow. Yeah, I have noticed this happen like severally. Like, so many people always say Canada, it's one of the best countries in the world and has some of the best institutions, but Canadians don't want to study here. They still want to go abroad. And that's just some question that has been disturbing me. But yeah, I know that could be the reason, people find themselves comfortable in other countries. They might be thinking that they can easily achieve their dreams when they go and study in another country, and that could be the reason why they are doing that. And yeah, you are an international student at the Yukon University, and I know it's a very long process. Like becoming an international student, it takes lots of time and might as well takes lots of resources. What are the first steps that one would take, or for your case, what are the steps that you took, the most important one, to become an international student?
To be very honest, Canada was my dream country from the day I was born.
Right.
Because I heard a lot about this country, about its diversity,
Right.
and about the opportunities it offers to the people all around the world.
Right.
And after completing my secondaries, I just go for the international English proficiency language testing system. and then I cleared it. This is the first step we have to do.
Right.
to apply for the student visa for Canada, and I think almost for the foreign countries.
Right.
So yeah, this was the first step I took.
And did you have to do some research, maybe getting to know what programs are offered in this school that you want to get in, or did you had to do some research about Yukon University specifically before coming here?
Actually I did, because coming far away from our home is not easy job, right?
Right.
And we do have to find the perfect place for us to live, to work, or to manage the expenses
Right.
for it. So I searched a lot of universities in Brampton, Toronto, and Surrey and everything, but I found Yukon University more reliable and more, to be honest, pocket friendly for the international students.
Right.
And also the person who loves nature should opt for this one. So
Exactly.
I just love the pocket friendly budget of Yukon University and the opportunities and the programs it offers. So I have I have option of lot of programs here, but I go for the northern studies because I just want to explore.
Yeah. Oh, and for those of you who don't know, Mandeep is he's taking the Northern Studies program at Yukon University, and he is also the president-elect of the Yukon University Student Union. By the way, he's starting his role starting this coming September. That's when he'll assume his presidency role as the president of the Student Union of Yukon University. That's a good one, by the way, good one. And how long did the whole process take you, like from making the decision that I want to go and study in Canada or the Yukon to applying for your study visas and all this, getting that, and your final approval? How long did it take?
To sum up, it almost take like 7 to 8 months.
7 to 8 months.
Yeah, I think it's a long time, but I would say I give myself a proper month just to research about the universities and to consider my budget. So yeah. So it took almost 6 to 8 months.
Yeah, that looks like requires lots of patience, man. Like 7-8 months, it's not a very small time. You probably need to be patient and just be checking your emails and lots of this. But anyways, and another question, you come from India, originally from India, the world's most populous country in the world, the population of over 1.4 billion people. And India has Canada specifically, it's a multicultural country. It's a country that focuses on individualism and social equality. But you're coming from India, a country that is so much into collectivism, and also that its culture is so much rooted in ancient traditions. Like, what was your first impression when you left India and you arrived here in Canada? What was the first impression that you saw here in Canada? And maybe the hardest thing that you've ever experienced here in Canada as an international student, and how did you cope up with that? How did you overcome that?
Ooh. Talking about the first impression on me was like I came in August 2024,
right?
And leaving India was not easy, you know.
Right.
We have family there.
Exactly.
We do have the friends there. Leaving all of them there isn't easy.
Right.
So when I just came here, I landed here. There was no friend of mine, and I was like kind of feeling all alone.
Right.
And one guy became my friend, and he took care of me and everything, like giving me space to live for that time, and also helping me to fulfill the rudimentary needs, those I need here, like the social insurance number, the student ID, the card one, and also help me to find a job here. So yeah, my first expression was like bit negative, and I was like bit nervous, like oh, I just came here, nobody's here for me, and everything. And but after that, when I start communicating with people, when I socializing, and I realized that Canada is the real one that I heard in news and on the social media. So after that, I just started loving this country and this place at the first place. So
did you had some issues to do with food at the first time when you came here? Like me, when I came during COVID, and I stayed like for 2 weeks in the hotel, like for quarantine. They had to put me like in the hotel for 2 weeks, and I had no option to go and get food of my choice. I had to order all foods that were prepared in the hotel, and the first impression was, it wasn't an impression by the way, but it was a disappointment because the food that they gave me was not the food that I was eating back home, totally different. Yeah. And I was like, what is this? And I like almost for 2 weeks, I really didn't eat that proper food. And I was like, what? I wasn't that happy at all. But for your case, was there anything to do with food? Did you face any challenges to do with food?
Because I told you before, like there was one of my friends,
right? Okay.
And he took care of me,
right?
And we went for grocery,
right?
For like every store had the separate aisles for the international people. So I didn't find anything related to food, but the cultural shock was there.
That's right. Yeah, cool. That's a good one. And one of the hardest things that I've seen that international students face, not only in Canada but across the world, is things to do with tuition. Especially here in Canada, international students are restricted from working more hours and getting more money, but they're expected to pay higher tuitions, one that either doubles or triples that of a domestic student. And you don't have to work more than 24 hours, like as an international student. It's like, how do you cope up with that? Because this is really a big challenge. Each semester you'll have to pay about $6,000 or above, just for 4 months, and you're not allowed to work more than 4 hours, so you could get that money. So how do you try to navigate that?
There is a when we apply for Canada or whatever country we want to go, they do have a policy for the they call it GIC.
Right.
We have to invest it first when we just came here, just to manage our expenses and our tuition fees for our certificate, diploma, or the degree, whatever it is. So I invested almost $21,000 to come here before the tuition fees, and tuition fees for 1 year is around like $12,000 or $13,000. So when we calculate it both, so it's almost like
$35,000. So for you to be an international student, you should prove to the government of Canada that you have in your account about 20,000, I think, Canadian dollars before coming here, so the government knows that when you come, you're able to manage your own expenses here. Oh man, that looks like a lot of money. And it takes someone who really knows what they want to invest all that money in coming to study abroad, and that is really a very, very good one there. Now, you are an international student, and what I know is that most international students, when they're done with their programs, they go and apply for what is it called, like the postgraduate work permit?
PGW.
PGWP.
Postgraduate work permit.
So, and that one is like, how does that work? Like when you're done with your studies, you go and apply for it, and they give you a permission to work in Canada?
There are like designated programs. When we complete our diploma or degree, they will assist us with the 3 years work permit, and we have to apply when we complete our studies. And there is now one policy, like we have to do CELPIP, IELTS, TOEFL, whatever it is, and have to get each 6 bands just to get the work permit. So when we complete our studies, we have to apply for it. And then when you get that, then you have time, like the legal permission to work in Canada. I think it takes only like 3 to 4 months.
To get that. That's a good one. And what are your plans, like after graduating here at Yukon University? Are you planning on getting your PGWP and then work in Canada and maybe get PR and then a Canadian? And what I've learned is that India doesn't allow dual citizenship, by the way. Like India doesn't accept dual citizen, where you can be a citizen of India and then a citizen of Canada as well. It's only one. If you want to be a Canadian, you have to live being an Indian, right? And are you planning on working and after getting your PR and citizenship, or planning to go back after your studies?
Yeah, I'm a person living in present.
Right.
So
Right.
So yeah.
Exactly.
So when I will complete my graduation.
Right. That's when you have planned for
Probably I
that.
will apply for my work permit,
Okay.
and then will gain Canadian
Experience, yeah.
and then maybe apply for PR or something.
Right.
And
And yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's what I've seen many students do. Like after their studies, they get in that permit and get into they get their PR, which is, I think PR gives you lots of privileges, like almost like a Canadian, and then only that you're not allowed to vote, but otherwise you have many privileges when you have a PR status. Very important. And what is the last? What advice do you maybe? What do you wish someone had told you before coming to Canada? Was there anything that you feel that someone had told you earlier before coming here?
Yeah, one of my friends told me, like, he shared his experience with me. Like if you are planning to go abroad for higher studies, so
Right.
you have to be very very positive
Right.
personality. You have the skills like communication skills, the management skills. You have to be enough competent to manage your own expenses
Right.
by just working 24 hours, as
Right.
you said, right?
Right.
And also you have to be very very careful, and you have to respect the culture and the land you are living on.
Right. Right.
So yeah, for me, yeah, it really helped me when I just came here. I just worked on those things, and now and the result is here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. And maybe a last question or second last, I'll ask you regarding all this together. You're gonna be a student in the fall, gonna be a president of the student union. You're gonna be working part time. Probably need to study and all this. Like how are you gonna manage this all?
I would say, like, to be honest, I am a sports person.
Right.
So I feel myself like I can handle anything.
Exactly.
And can solve any problem by myself. And so there is like three things: I'm a student, a part-time worker, and also the president of student union. It's not an easy
Yeah,
job
I know.
to lead
The whole yeah.
right. So yeah, I will take pressure on me and just manage the things like very normally.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
yeah, because we are also managing the part-time work and also the expenses and
Right.
everything.
Exactly.
So maybe if we add one more responsibility, so I think it doesn't matter.
Right.
So
Yeah. And the last question, there could be people from Africa, India, or any other country, not Canada, who wish to be international student, who wants to come here in Canada, not only Canada, but maybe also in other countries like the US, Australia. And what is your advice to these students who are planning to come and study as international students in universities in the West or any other country that is not of their origin? What advice would you tell them?
yeah, for me, I'm kind of new in a Canadian culture. It's almost like 10 months
Right.
only. So yeah, the things I learned here, a person who is very beginner here, he or she has to at the first place, he or she has to respect this land,
Right.
respect the people of this land,
Right.
because this is very traditional
Sensitive,
land.
yeah.
The Yukon First Nations and the First Nations all around the Canada.
Right.
Do not take advantage of their kindness.
Right.
They are very kind people. Just respect them, respect their culture, and also respect your culture. A person should be proud
Of their
for their culture,
Right.
where they come from. But at the first place, they have to respect the place where they're living.
Right.
And also, a person should be very positive to live here, because Canada is. I have no words to praise Canada, because
Right.
it's pretty good, because it offers so many opportunities for the people who are coming from different countries.
Right.
And you know, so yeah, for me, I would say like people just have to respect the resources,
Right.
and also be very positive here. If you are respecting this land, it will give you more things, it will help you in everything.
Right.
So yeah.
Cool. Thank you so much, Mandeep, and it was nice having you on the Concern podcast, and exciting. And for those who are watching, and this is the Concern podcast once again, and thank you for watching this video, and we will have you on our next video. Thanks for watching, and please support us by subscribing or just give us your comment below, and see you in our next section of this podcast. Thank you so much. Thanks, Mr. Sandeep.